they pop a bomb and explode, and you know, this child runs into the building and you can see he's got 3 grenades strapped to his chest. You put 2 in his head because you've just saved your entire troop. Okay? How do you live with that, knowing you've done the right thing, you knew exactly what was going to happen? Maybe it's even written on a note on the child that that's what they were going to do, knowing that it wasn't necessarily the child's fault, somebody had put them up to it, but that you have just popped a kid. Now you've saved yourself and everybody else. It's line of duty. You've not done a thing wrong. You shouldn't feel guilty in the slightest.
And I think that's the thing, though. That's the line of duty. You go into that, you sign up for that, you know what could happen.
Yeah.
And you've got to be comfortable with doing that and living with that.
At the same time, how am I going to sleep without seeing that kid's face? Or what's left of that kid's face?
Yeah, I completely understand that and agree with you. But
it's very, very hard.
You know.
At the same time, somebody going out and shooting a kid, what would we say? We'd say, take him outside, shoot him in the head, take him outside, do this, put him in prison for the rest of their life.
Somebody killing someone, what would we say?
Lock him in solitary, you know. And that's
exactly what he's done, but you want there to be a cure for him?
I do, because of the mental health side of things. I really, because in my head he's the Green Mile, you know, he's mice and men.
It's hard, it is hard, but unfortunately, because of the situation, he has committed a crime. It's not in the sense of going, hey, do you know what, he's self-harming, he's really hurting himself, I want him to be cured so he's not hurting himself. When it becomes to somebody hurting others, that's when the situation changes. Yeah,
definitely. And let's be honest, would I let him babysit my kids? You know, regardless of whether he's healed or not, would it be like, yeah, you can babysit?
Precisely, you wouldn't ever trust that person if you thought they was cured or not.
Yeah.
That person would never be trusted in society again.
Yeah. Anything else before we wrap up?
The only thing that I don't know if we've actually mentioned is that the Queen passed away. And
yes, she did.
That, I think, is definitely worth a mention. Because it's a big thing in today's world, and it'll be a big thing in history, and our younger and children's generation, that they're going to now be living with a king instead of the Queen. And it is a sad time in that sense, and big changes are.
I've not been one of these hardcore followers at all through. I had too much to deal with growing up. It was never a big part of my life like it was yours. So I was never. I know you guys had sort of coronation events and the birthdays and stuff.
Jubilee parties celebrated.
And we never did any of that. We never did anything like that. However, I remember Princess Di's funeral, and I remember exactly where I was and what I was doing. I remember seeing it on the TV, and she was absolutely stunning. At the same time, it's been surprising how many people at work, everywhere, have stopped and gone, oh my God, the Queen's gone. And I have several friends, I'll use this as a great example, and their silences spoke volumes, because I've got a few friends that automatically something happens, whether it's the Michael Barrymore situation or the Rolf Harris situation or the Jimmy Savile, and they're sending me these sort of funny, offhand, potentially disgusting jokes or memes or whatever. And some of them are funny and some of them aren't, and some of them are a bit of a laugh and some of them are just disrespectful. And not one came through about the Queen. And I know it's there because people are kicking up about it, and literally these people go to some seriously low levels, and it's their sort of base nature, and it's how they deal with things, it's humour. And I would have expected at least 3 of my mates to be like, here you go, boom, have you seen this, have you seen that, have you seen the other, oh look, it's funny, because that's how they deal with things. And their silence has spoke volumes.
Yeah.
I've been to work and people have been like, we've got a bank holiday now because of this, and I've been like, oh yeah, and they start talking about the Queen. They're not jumping up and down for joy just because they've got a bank holiday.
Because they've got an extra day off work, and what are you going to do on your day off? It's different.
Yeah,
people are actually sad that the Queen has died.
Yeah.
You know, And there is going to be changes ahead. I do genuinely believe there'll be changes ahead.
Even to the point of family members sort of having different opinions and spending a good
Yes.
hour plus discussing the situation.
And not having the same opinions. That was interesting.
Yeah, yeah, I enjoyed that.
It's like everybody's entitled to their own opinions. And they are, and that's just it. You are entitled to your own opinion. You know, whatever you're for, whatever you're against, you're entitled to that freedom of speech and opinion.
Even the Taekwondo instructor was like, we are going to do a 2-minute silence. It was like 10 minutes after we found out, got messages like we're doing a 2-minute silence, make sure you're wearing a black band or a black t-shirt. And we did the 2-minute silence. That's what you do. But it's not something they would do for anybody. It's happening because each individual person is seeing a sense of importance in it that's relevant to them. And they've made that personal. Their perception of this individual has made that personal.
Yes, that's the only thing I'd like to mention.
I could so take this into true crime news, but I won't. You are quite right, and you're right to definitely show respect because, you know, she's not here anymore. And I have no new news, so we're going to leave it there. Go and buy my book. And if you've not looked into the clip about the Gofax dog yet, check your lofts, check your attics, check under the floorboards, check your fridge, see if you've got one of these dogs. Really, really important to me. I'm Tracy Daly.
I'm Ellen Daly.
Take care of yourselves and each other.